Stanley for Movie Review Relay. And we're here today to talk about The Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians of the Galaxy is a 2014 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics. The film is directed by James Gunn. It stars an ensemble cast. However, Pratt and Zoe Saldana are the absolute stars. Guardians of the Galaxy is an origin story that introduces the character Peter Quil and 4 aliens as superheroes trying to prevent a coveted orb from falling into the hands of the evil villain Ronan. Guardians of the Galaxy is visually a beautiful film. You must respect the special effects and the graphic artistry that has been exercised during the filmmaking process. You can imagine how many artists it takes to make these superhero films when they're based on these sci-fi characters in outer space and all that sort of stuff. But the work is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. The cast is perfect. You have Zoe Saldana, who's beautiful in any color. Remember how blue she was in Avatar, and she's, you know, it's brown in Star Trek, and now she's green in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she's gorgeous no matter what color it doesn't really matter. Okay, so then you have Bradley Cooper, who's a good-looking guy, but we don't see him. They're just using his voice with regard to the raccoon. Yeah, he's a raccoon. Yeah, I had to think about it, but yeah. The talking raccoon, he's a wisecracking raccoon, and he provides most of the comic relief. And he does a fantastic job. You know, he does. It'd been better to see him, but that's okay. You know, we understand. All right. So then Drax the Destroyer is played by Dave Bautista. He has very personal reasons for wanting to kill the villain, Ronan. And that's because Ronan killed his family. Okay, so he's got a personal thing going on with that. And then there's Root. I guess that's just setting everybody up. But that's his character. He's the tree, Vin Diesel's voice. All right. So what's interesting is that the film opens up with Peter Quil bidding goodbye to his mother. She's dying. And then, you know, he walks out. And then he gets abducted, kidnapped. A big spaceship comes and just picks him up and scoops him up. And that's it. He's kidnapped. Don't you hate when that happens? All right. So anyway, so he gets kidnapped by the space aliens, and then all of the fun starts because the Marvel credits roll, which is their trademark credits, you know, with the pages flipping and everything, and then there's a musical interlude. I have to say it because it is, and it's setting the tone, which, as everyone knows, happens whenever a film starts. You see the credits rolling, whatever's playing at that time, you're setting the tone. So it's fun. The music is vintage, some of the 70s stuff, some of it from the 60s, 80s. Old music, and this is being introduced to a young audience, so some of people haven't heard it before. Most of us, we're very familiar with those tunes. Some of those tunes are like comfort food, and I guess that's the whole point of, you know, using a certain catalog, because then, you know, the older crowd too can enjoy it, and then the young people can be introduced to it. So I totally get it. All right. So Peter Quil is grown up now. He's played by Pratt, and he's enjoying this song. And he's somewhat content, I guess, with his kidnapped condition. He's have grown up in this environment that's alien to him. But of course, after so many years, it becomes your home now. You know, so he's thinking, you know, he's going to just make the best of it. You know, he's listening to music. And you know automatically that this is going to be fun because he's dancing and he's pantomizing. He even picks up a lizard and uses the lizard as a microphone. It's really cute. Very charming. He's a very charming actor. All right. So an interesting bit of trivia, though. They mentioned Kevin Bacon twice. So evidently he's a cultural icon. And when you hear his name, because I couldn't believe it. I said twice they mentioned his name. Okay. All right. Here's the thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy. All right. You may have to be a fanboy to enjoy it 100%. And I shouldn't say that. Okay. You should be a fan. You may have to be a fanboy of these series, of the Marvel Universe, or have extensive knowledge of these characters, because I had never heard of them before. Of course, we all know Spider-Man and all these other guys, but I didn't know the Guardians of the Galaxy. I had never heard of them before. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure they're going to make a lot of money because Marvel films do. They have such a big fan base. But if you're not really familiar with the Guardians of the Galaxy, you're going to laugh at some of the jokes, but you're not going to really understand the concept and the characters and what they do and what their purpose is. I know they're supposed to be guarding the galaxy. I guess that's the title. But it's going to be a disconnect. I'll tell you why. In other superhero movies, it was palatable for non-Marvel fans who accept the superheroes and the supervillains because they were supported by characters that we share common bonds with. For example, in Spider-Man, we all know if you get bit by a radioactive spider, you probably will not be able to spin a web that's strong enough to lift a car or a truck or something like that. That's okay. But then we bond with Aunt May and some of the other guys in Spider-Man, you know, because everybody has a little aunt that's good to us. She's very sweet, and maybe she could have been our second mother. So a lot of us have that. So we bond with that. So we bond with the characters around the villains and the characters around the heroes. And that's what makes us like it. Even if we're not a big Marvel superhero expert, we still enjoy it. Because, you know, we can bond with some of the other guys. But this is a film, Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody's alien. Everybody's strange. Everybody has a situation. It's a whole lot thrown at you at once. And I guess I'm taking it too seriously. No, and I guess no. Okay, all right. Hey, though, you could just sit back and enjoy it. It's good. It's fun. It's a nice movie. All right. So the Marvel fan base will carry this movie, and the rest of the movie fans will come along for the ride. Okay. So 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Guardians of the Galaxy easily comes in at a 4.5. Yeah, because it's great. It's a lot of work went into the movie, and you can see the work. I mean, you're enjoying it, but you could tell it took a lot. All right, so and by the way, you guys wait for the post credits. You know the drill. You know, wait to the end. Don't just get up and leave. But I just want to say, and then you guys can write and comment, what happened to the Gambit character? Do you remember the actor was in Friday Night Lights on television, and they canceled the show, TV show, and this guy went on to do these great movies, but the movies didn't sell well, I guess, you know. They didn't have a big audience, you know, for whatever reason. They didn't produce as much money. People call them a flop and stuff. But that should have nothing to do with Gambit. Gambit is a good Marvel character. I don't know what happened to Gambit. But anyway, what's your favorite Marvel character? You can tell me. Or did you like Guardians? Did you see it? Let me know. Okay, so if you didn't see that, it's okay. There's other movies that came out. 2 other good movies came out. I'll just have to tell you about them. The James Brown movie was out also. Did anybody see the James Brown movie? I'll tell you about that one. So the first thing I want to say about the James Brown movie is Chadwick Boseman. Baby, you know you worked that thing. This young man